Hey you, so on this video, top 5 reasons why they hate silver, I'm going to be going over just that, either these are going to be things individuals have told me in one of my videos, or situations that I've seen that I'll touch upon and give as one or two of the reasons as to why they hate silver. Now when I'm saying they, it's going to basically be anybody that doesn't like silver, so I just generalize it like that. But on the flip side, I am going to want anybody that doesn't like silver or thinks it's stupid stacking it to put their reasons in the comments as to why you hate, dislike, or don't stack silver. And also anybody that does like it, be able to give answers to the top 5 reasons I'm going to give. Now when I touch upon each reason, I'm going to give a short little explanation or my response to these, but we'll jump straight into this. So first, to crack this off, reason number 1 that I've either been told or I feel is one that always constantly pops up when an individual says they don't stack silver, why they hate silver, and that's going to be because it's too bulky. The way I've seen this, I have suffered from this, and you see my stack myself, but it's a situation where you need to get creative. It can be overwhelming if an individual doesn't know or acknowledge. Now, it's one of those problems where I've always said, right now it's currently bulky. Imagine if you, for instance, have 1,000 ounces of silver at the current price. I don't know what it is now, £12.40, 15, 16, 17 odd dollars, $18, and you got 1,000 ounces of silver accumulating now at these prices isn't going to be the issue. Should we see a price correction, which we no doubt will, and that, for instance, goes up to $50 or 30 odd pound, that big problem that you had of way too much ounces is now becoming less of a problem. Think of best case scenario, and it now goes up to the price of currently what gold is for an ounce of silver. Hey, anything's possible. And then you're no longer going to be burdened with that big problem. You're going to be overwhelmed and extremely happy with it. I look at it like that. Currently, as it's so cheap and you're able to accumulate a lot, it's a problem for some. It's a fantastic problem. Personally, I know I can look at it and see my wealth and, see my insurance and my hedge and everything I put my liquid funds into. So it's never been that much of a problem for me. I think if anything, an individual really needs to know what they're taking on and have space sorted out, because bank safety deposit boxes, for me, I don't store, or any type of security deposit boxes. No silver's put in these kind of locations for me. Gold, yes, when it's spread out, but silver, even with this big box here, just picking up and going about with this box here of just random silver pieces can be somewhat of an issue. So that is the number 1. I wouldn't say the number 1 reason, but it's a reason that constantly pops up for individuals, and that is going to be it's too bulky. So this is going to be one of the reasons as to why they hate silver. So now getting back into reason number 2. Now this one here, I would say personally, I would say is number 1, and now this is going to be reason number 2 as to why they hate silver, is going to be because at some point in life they have purchased silver and gone on to take a loss when they've needed to sell. Now, everybody needs to sell at some point. It's either planned and you have it all in motion, and you're going to pick up your silver today and sell it in 5 years time, or you're going to sell it once it reaches a peak and Bob's your uncle. Life never works out like that. I've always said, and as everybody knows, life can throw you curveballs, unexpected curveballs, and how you handle those, well, that's a different type of situation right there. A lot of the times, individuals who have put all of their savings into silver no doubtly have to look back to that and tuck into it. And this is where it pops up. This is where I've seen a lot of, and I refer to these individuals as incredible Hulk stackers in the past, because you won't like them once they're angry, especially with silver, and they've gone to sell, and it's just not worked out for them. Let's just make the long story real short. And then once they've taken the hit and they're having to walk it off limping, that's when they start becoming more aggressive towards silver and bashing it and hating on it, when in reality you just need to acknowledge that whether you like it or not, you may have come across a pundit that told you silver's going to be $5,000 tomorrow. You put everything you had into it, which is also not a very good move if you had debts, or if it was everything you had in terms of liquid cash, and then life threw you a curveball and you needed to tuck straight into the silver, and then you went on to take a loss. Those are big pills to swallow, and so it's understandable. But a lot of the times, in reality, you only have yourself to blame, because, you know, we've all done it. You could have come across an individual and taken them up on every single word they said, to only find out that, you know, it didn't turn out the way they did. They may have an ulterior motive, whether they were selling silver or selling books, or, you know, you never know. But in life, you really need to be a lot more vigilant and do your own due diligence. So that is where I think they messed up. But in reality, they just see the silver, they put a lot of money into it, now giving them back a little back in returns, and they're just not happy with that, and you won't like them when they're mad. So that is going to be the biggest reason on this list for me. An individual has picked up silver at some point and then gone on to sell it and taken a loss, and it's this reason now as to why they hate silver. You really need to understand, I've done many videos in the past, and there's many videos out there, the premiums on silver. You know, it's definitely a lot more than on gold, especially when we're talking some of these collector coin pieces. And once you purchase that, you need to understand a lot of the times you'll be getting spot back. And, you know, you're either going to get a percentage up or a percentage down. UK, a lot of the dealers here will do 2% below, 2% above. It's a highly desirable coin. Now, they do that to cover themselves, as spot can be very sporadic. So, you know, to get bang on spot is a fantastic deal. You know, a little below 2% is all right. Once dealers start talking scrap or anything lower than that, then, you know, they're really tossing the lube out the window. But it's something a lot of individuals don't take on board. They just hear $5,000 silver, they go looking for the right types of videos, or, you know, they've got that one-track mind, and then they end up getting stung. So that's going to be the main reason. But reason number two as to why they hate silver, and that's going to be purchasing and then taking a loss when coming to sell for some unforeseeable reason. So reason number three as to why they hate silver, and individuals have told me this and it's been put out there a lot, is that they believe silver is the poor man's gold. So, you know, why stack silver, or why collect, or, you know, invest in silver when it's gold? Nations buy gold. It's gold's been fought over for many hundreds of years throughout history and time. You know, who the hell knows anything about silver? I've said before, a lot of people can just be pre-programmed to think it's all about gold. You know, from the Olympics or any type of sport, we have the gold, silver, bronze. So it could just be just subconsciously programmed into, you know, individuals that ain't so switched on. But then you have more individuals with money taking a look at how nations and governments do it, and just seeing silver as the no-go. And so that's going to be reason number three, and that's it's the poor man's gold. I've never seen it like that. The way I look at it is that, you know, both of them are just as valuable. Silver's been used for money longer. That's put out there for one. It's once you run out of gold, you know, everybody's going to gravitate towards silver. We've seen this time and time again. So it's not something you would write off. And it's always good to diversify your buckets or baskets. So having the both of them, you can never go wrong. So I don't really look at it like that. And this is from an individual that's not writing it off from taking a loss or seeing it as too bulky. The first thing that's coming to mind for them is why silver when you can get gold. So that's going to be reason number three as to why they hate silver. Now, reason number four is going to be one that some people put out there, and that's going to be that silver only tanks in price. So, you know, it's done nothing. You know, for some bizarre reason, I believe they think gold, rhodium, platinum, nothing else tanks, but only silver. It only goes down in price. Now, straight away, that's just a matter of opinion on anybody that views and sees it that way. You need to remember we have had a spike in silver. You're not exactly saying it stays lower for a lot longer than it does stay high. Otherwise, we'd all know which one to definitely be picking up and locking into. Yes, that is the case, but it definitely doesn't just stay down. It's a swing, it's a market, it's a roller coaster ride. You have your ups and you have your downs. So viewing it like it's just a dead weight, it never does nothing but tank in price. Well, if you're purchasing or investing, that's a good thing. You know, if it's always good to buy on the lows and not on the highs. So looking at that reason there, which is reason number four, that it only tanks in price and it's a dead commodity or whatever, is not true whatsoever. We've had highs in silver. We are going to see them again. and we've had lows in silver. At time of releasing this video, we currently have somewhat of a spike in silver, nothing drastic. It's held for a little while now, so looking at that, you can see that we have ups and we have downs. So that is that, wrapping that one up for reason number 4. It doesn't only sink or tank in price and just sit there. It does both, same as gold, same as platinum, and same as rhodium. So taking on reason number 5 is going to be, individuals have always mentioned it's a fool's game, you know, stacking silver, whether you like it or not, you know, suckers for silver. And individuals written my comments before. Now, it depends on how you view it. You know, personally, me, if I'm not into, you know, vintage cars and all that stuff, I'm not going to be watching videos on vintage cars, leaving remarks about how they're going to be losing their money. It's just personal preference. Some individuals, I think, get caught up in the pundits, you know, 5,000 tomorrow, whichever denomination you want to look at it. But in the back of their mind, they don't want to lose out. But once they feel that the current scene is more in line of their way of thinking, i.e. they don't like it, or they're on the fence and leaning more towards the no, and seeing the current climate, then it makes them feel better. So the current situation just leans more in favor of how they're really thinking deep down. So then they go ahead and believe that, you know, it's a fool's game. Just even stacking, a lot of people may think even physical is a fool's game, but, you know, just stacking silver physical can be a fool's game to some individuals looking at it from the outside in. Me to them, or individuals that have put that out there, is it definitely isn't. You know, each to their own. If you believe you've got something or found something better off, then, you know, hey ho to you, you're doing well. It's definitely not a fool's game. There has been a lot of money made in the past through stacking precious metals, collecting, investing in precious metals, and there will be opportunities in the future, and that's just the way that I see it. It most definitely isn't a fool's game. Now, if we're talking collector coins and collecting every single collector coin under the moon and believing it may shoot up in price, that's a different story. But just stacking the actual bullion content metal itself, be it gold or silver, but we're touching on silver right now, most definitely isn't a fool's game. So I would definitely call it that. So those are going to be the top 5 reasons as to why they hate precious metals. And once again, it'll be fantastic for you guys to put your comments down below as to why you hate it, or any responses as to top 5 reasons that I gave for it. So hate or love it, guys. It'll be fantastic to know what you think of this video. Don't forget to come and follow me on the links that I've left in the description. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll catch you guys on the rebound.